Hello and welcome. And so welcome to the session. It's called Smart Device, Smart Life, Manage Your Meds and More. It's essentially about two brand new mobile apps that AARP has recently launched in partnership with Carrozzone. And the two apps are called AARPRX and AARP Caregiving. And really, this will really help you manage your medications, just make life easier, and be able to coordinate various tasks with other people in your inner circles. Essentially, our goal with these apps is to simplify taking care of yourself and others by helping you stay on top of managing your medications and caring for your loved ones. So here's what we're going to talk about today. I'm going to give a quick introduction and background. Then we're going to talk about the key features, what do the apps do. I'm going to show you how to get started, where you can find them. There are several ways that you can access these apps, and we'll make it very easy for you. And then, not only are these apps free, but AARP members get even more. So there are some essential perks that you get for being an AARP member that you have with these apps. So what do the apps do? The two apps, AARPRX and AARP Caregiving, are virtually identical in function, but they each enable users to scan your medications for easy management of lists and refills. You can stay organized with all vital documents in one place. So not only do you put your medication information in there, but you can put any of your other medical information in these apps, and it's going to be secure and safe. You can easily coordinate tasks and appointments with others. So that's where the caregiving piece comes into hand. If you have someone who's taking care of you, or if you're taking care of a family member, and you have to share information, this is a great way to do it without having to send out several emails or without having to pick up the phone and trying to figure out updates on your loved one. And then also you'll be able to access AARP caregiving content and other premium AARP content. So that's in a nutshell what both of these apps do. I put on here the two icons so that you can recognize them easily when you go on the store, and you can find them. And so the AARPRX one is the first one listed, and the caregiving one is the one with the heart. But essentially, they do the same things. So the AARPRX, for all those who carry your medication list in your pocket, this will be the alternative to that. So you don't have to keep that ratty old piece of paper with you anymore. You're going to have your phone with you anyways at all times, so you can just carry your phone and have your list of medications on your phone. So the next time the nurse asks you at your medical appointment, what are all the medicines that you're taking, all you have to do is simply hand her your phone. It'll help you stay on schedule with reminders. So how many of you have hard times remembering if you took your medication this morning or at the last meal? Let alone, did you take it last Tuesday? I mean, it's very difficult to remember if you did something earlier today. So this will really help you stay on top of adherence and compliance and making sure that you can stay on schedule. Another key feature here is that there's no typing necessary. You simply scan and take pictures of either your handwritten list or all the individual bottles, the prescription labels, or even if it's over the counter, if you take a supplement, you can scan all this information into this app and you don't have to type anything. If you need to correct something, you have the opportunity to do that and confirm, but you don't have to type. So that's the beauty of it. They'll scan it all and then a list will produce and you'll see all your medications. Again, as I mentioned, you can organize all important information in one place, and you can also access news and expert advice from AARP. The caregiving app is very similar. Essentially what it will do is help you organize and share private family information on loved ones. You can stay organized, coordinated, in touch, and be well informed. So the same features, the medication list, the medication reminders, contact information, journals, you can have that all available in the app. It just depends your preference if you prefer the AARPRX one or the caregiving one. So let's get started. How do you get this? One easy way to get either of the apps is you can text AARPRX to 742-864. If you do that, you'll get a text back that provides you a link to where you can download it. So if you're not someone who's very familiar with the App Store on Apple or the Google Play Store for the Android phones, then you can simply just text this word, AARPRX, to the number 742-864, and we'll send you a link, and all you have to do is tap on the link, and they'll prompt you to follow through. Alternatively, if you text the word caregiving to the same number, you'll get the link to the AARP Caregiving app. These are just two screenshots of what the two apps look like in the Google Play Store for Android phones. So if you have an Android-based phone, this is how it would look. There's the AARP Caregiving, again, the icon with the heart, and then the ARPRX, it's got the bottle with the RX. So just look for those when you do a search. And then the same thing for Apple. This is at the Apple App Store, and iPhone here is shown, and you can download it for not just your phones, but for also tablets too. So if you have an iPad, any place where you want to access these apps, you can get them here. Okay, so once you've found them in the store, this is what they'll look like, and you'll get a little blue box that will say the word get. All you have to do is click the word get, and it'll download and install on your phone. Once you get there, the two icons or the one icon, whichever one you download, will appear on your phone screen. So you see on the left image, you'll see the two icons, and you just tap that just like you access any other apps. And then the screens, the first initial sign-in screens, the first one in the middle with the pills, that's the RX app, and then the other one is the Caregiving. So that's what they look like once you download and you click the button to open up the apps. And here's the login screen. So you can actually log in with your AARP.org login if you already have one. If not, then you would create your own and you would click sign up instead of sign in. But either way, you would log in, picking your email address and your password, and then you get started, and it's going to retrieve information from the Carrozzone. This is the home screen on the left, and this is an important screen to look at because you'll keep coming here. Every time you access it, this is going to be the screen that you'll see when you return back and after you've installed it for the first time. And so you'll see here it says Carrozzone and then you. And so this is where all the key functions and features are. The news, journal, contacts, medications, calendar, all of that is on your home screen. If you click on the word you, which is basically going to be your name, once you've inputted that information, you can update your profile. So here's where you can store important information about yourself. You can even put your health information in there, things like your blood type if you wanted to. You can put information on your insurance card. If you don't want to regularly carry your Medicare card with you or your insurance card, you can store all of this in this app. That way, if you ever need it in case of emergency, it's all in one place along with your list of medications and important contact information. So here's more screens on the profile, and every information here is editable, so you can always log back in and change it if you want to change the information that you've entered or if you have an update on someone, and then you go back to your home screen. Here on this page, it shows the news module. So if you click on the news module, you'll get a list of AARP content that we have that you can select to receive important information on. So if you're particularly interested in a particular topic, you just need to check it off and make selections, and then you'll get regular information sent to you. Okay, so back to the home screen. I just wanted you to get familiar here. If you look on the bottom, there's add a new Carrozzone. So for those few of you here who said that you were a family caregiver, if you wanted to do the same thing for someone else, so let's say your spouse, and you just want to have it all in one place, or your partner or a parent, you can add a new Carrozzone and set up a whole new profile for somebody else. So for me, for example, I like having my information, and then I'll create a profile for my husband and my son also. So you can manage all the supplements and dietary needs and medicines that each individual in your family is taking and have it all in one app rather than creating or having to download separate apps for different individuals. And then you can share that information with certain people. So you can select who you want to share. So if I want my husband to see what I've inputted into the app, then he will be able to have access to that. And it's safe and secure, and only the people that I denote will have access will be able to access it. So let's go to the key features. So here's the medication list. On the left is the medication list is what it would look like once you've input everything. And then on the right will show sort of, here it shows a status of percentage of how many you've actually taken on time and correctly. So this person has 100% of scheduled doses taken so far this week. So they'll give you update percentages on how compliant you've been and did you adhere to the schedule for your medications. So the user enters information to organize the medications, the reminders, as well as refills. And then we support the reminders by sending notifications to you. You can set it up so you get notifications within the app, but also notifications by email. So if you wanted email triggers to remind you, you can get that also. Here's how you would scan the medications in. If you had a prescription bottle, for say, you would just take a few pictures. You would use good lighting. Here's some tips on that. You would make sure that your finger's not blocking the label, and you just sort of turn the bottle and take pictures and just frame and focus so that the reader can get all the details on your medication and put it directly into the app without you having to type anything or having to correct anything. So again, key feature, no typing necessary, but you do have the option to update it if you need to. So you take multiple pictures and you capture all the details. And as I've shown you in previous screens, this is what it would look like. So this is just a sample version of someone's medication list. And you don't have to, it's not just prescription medications. You can also put supplements, over-the-counter medications, anything else that you take regularly that you want to put in here, you can add here. And it works not just with a bottle. If you have a handwritten list, I've tried this, it's really cool. You can just take a picture of that list and it'll input it in. Or if you have a typed list from your doctor or your nurse, you can scan that also and put that up here. As I mentioned, adherence is one of the key features of this. It's one of the most requested features here because it does help you remind you. So it supports goal achievement and it provides you summaries on how well you did. So here it says overall adherence over the past 7 days, 86%. So you get a sort of snapshot of how well you did over the week and in terms of taking your medications on time and in the correct doses. Here is the journal module. So in the journal module is where you can put in just sort of things that you want to take note of yourself. So if you have specific symptoms that you wanted to take note of that you're trying to track every day, for example, if you're healing from something and you want to track your progress, you can put, those personal notes in this journal and be able to access it every day and share it with only the people that you want to share it with, and it's going to be safe and secure here. That way at your next appointment you can update your doctor, and if you say, how did you feel 2 weeks ago after you got discharged or after your recovery, you'll know exactly how you felt without having to try to remember, because everything will be captured in your journal sequentially. You can even put notifications here to say, you can reminders, prompt users to maintain journals. You can say, ask me how I felt today, and it'll prompt you to make updates. Lastly, here's the calendar function. Here's where you can manage your appointments. So not just your medications, but your actual medical appointments with your primary care physicians, your specialists. If you're having appointments with a loved one or a physical therapist, you can manage this all in this app. And you'll get reminders and notifications to make so that you are ahead of the schedule and you know when a new appointment's coming up. And you get weekly summaries sent by email. The other key features here are things like contacts. So if you want to put your doctor's information on there, your pharmacist information, sometimes when you're at your doctor's appointment and they ask you which pharmacy do you refill it at and they ask the address, sometimes you don't know, you can put that all here, and that way it's just, again, on the phone, you just hand that over to your provider. So if you do need help when you're using this app, we do have, you can access the support whenever you need it. There's a little module here where it says support. One-on-one help is available through email or within the app, and we will respond to you within 24 hours. So we can really help you manage the app. But AARP members do get more. So you get unlimited storage of important personal family photos, files, documents of any file format. Not just your medication information, but if you wanted to put in doctor's notes that you got or things like advanced directives, you can put all those documents in any file format into this app, and it's going to be safe and secure, and everything's going to be in one place. So AARP members get unlimited storage of that. You can put pictures, files, and upload that into the app, and everything will be in one place. You also get premium AARP content, so you'll get advice from AARP experts on staying healthy, understanding your insurance, and planning for your future. And again, you can customize that. So if you only want certain topics to come to you and notify you, then you'll only get information on those topics that you select. And again, you get priority user support. So AARP members' support inquiries are answered before our non-members.